Let's check back on his brother Michael at the secondary feature table.
With an equally impressive hand. At least 8-5 can technically connect.
Govert Matal called in the small blind. Mizrachi checked his option and flops a straight.
Technically, it can connect. I told you.
Matal checks. Mizrachi bets 3,000.
Matal's open-ended.
He calls.
And if I know Grinder, he's gonna make like a drone and bomb every street.
The turn is a jack, giving Matal top pair. He checks a second time. Grinder bets a second time, 12,000.
Should be an easy check call for Matal, even though Grinder is still bombing. Mike could easily be doing this with a draw or worse.
Matal will call the 12K.
He's drawing dead to a chop.
36,000 in the middle. Ace on the river. Matal checks again.
Time to bomb one last street. Main Street, Value Town.
Grinder. Betting big by the looks of things. 59,000.
Huge overbet. Twice pot. This is classic Grinder, and it's going to work out well for him a decent amount of the time because he's also quite likely to do this with nothing.
Called by Matal.
Whoops.
I'm straight.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
He is good at making straights with wacky cards.
We're going in the tank with Grinder.
2 cards that aren't blanks, we're raising.
That's a great bet.
Theo calls. And it's trip 5s for Grinder.
Man, we run good.
He bets.
Boom.
Another genius bet.
And Theo calls.
Okay.
7, please.
Ask and ye shall receive.
He's so good at that. I mean, we are.
Are you gonna let him show you up like this? You need to start calling cards out.
Actually, he's really good at it.
Wow, how do you do that?
How do you do it?
Another bet from Grinder.
I'm cool with it.
Like
He's extremely good.
But this is the thing: when you do it 100% of the time, like you're gonna have a good day.
We're going to the river. The cage is in play.
10 of hearts, 10 of hearts.
Right suit, wrong card.
God. A couple times a year, you look really smart.
Sick burn t-shirt.
Grinder's betting again. And he's betting for value.
Like the value bet, and I think we could get looked up by worse. It is a cage street.
Theo calls. Read him and wait. 3 5s.
That's a great hand,
Okay.
but not great enough.
What?
Wheel.
Oh, yeah.
That was a slow roll, but nobody to the cage.
Folded around to Jude Ainsworth, who raises from the cutoff with pocket deuces. The Grinder has ace-jack suited, and he 3-bets to just over 2,000.
A lot of players are going to just call with that in position, so they don't get 4-bet and not know what to do with a hand that good, but Grinder's actually got a hand now and is in position, so of course he's 3-betting it.
Jude will call and play the flop out of position.
Now he's going to have to be the one to look down the barrel of the Mike Mizrachi gun.
The flop is 9-6-6. Ainsworth's deuces are still good. He checks.
To the razor. Mike's actually going to have the best hand here a fair amount, and his C-bet's going to win you the pot so often.
He bets 1,200.
Now, if Jude knows anything about Mike's rep, he's going to peel at least 1 card here.
He does. So we go to the turn. Just over 7,500 in the pot. A 10 on the turn. And Jude is now leading.
Huh.
Raise.
Here we go.
47.
Now, I can see Jude leading if he was trying to induce this bluff, but as far as bluff catchers go, deuces aren't such a big net.
111.
And Jude shoves.
Wow, if this is what he intended to happen, he is absolutely bat-dung crazy.
Pretty sure you're drawing it.
Please tell me this is just for show.
I don't think Grinder's ever folding anything decent in this spot, so if that's Jude's intent, I think he belongs in a mental ward.
Queens are good.
As are deuces.
Now, if Jude thought Mike's totally full of it whenever he takes this line, then he still belongs in a mental ward, but he should go in there with a medal on his straitjacket.
Koplimar raises to 3,500. Folded around to Grinder in the big blind.
Oh, Michael. You know, I once saw Michael play a hand with a deuce and a SIM card.
He calls, heads up to the flop. Mizrachi pairs his 5, 2-pair for Koplimar.
Now, Koplimar's really hoping you never fold.
Grinder checks to the Estonian, who's continuing for 3,600.
So far, so good for this kid.
There's the call from Grinder. Oh, Grinder improves to 2-pair, but he's still a 9-1 dog.
Best turn ever for Koplimar.
Grinder now leads for 8,000.
I kind of like a raise here. The problem is he probably knows Grinder led with a set before, so maybe he doesn't want to get too nuts.
He just calls. The river. Here's another 8. Grinder rivers a boat.
This is beyond hilarious. How does he do this? Also, how does he not win every tournament? And you still love him.
He bombs it.
Really?
More than 30K.
You have it?
As long as you don't got it, then I got it.
What to rep?
Huh?
6-7? I'm 6-7? I'm not folded yet.
You will.
So he wanted me to call.
No, I want you to raise. Look how confident I look.
You always have a nuts when you bet big.
I know.
Always. Almost always. Maybe not this time.
No, he does.
Good fold.
Nice bet.
You want to see it? I don't know if you want to see it. All right, you don't want to see it. It's pretty ugly.
George Clyde Smith has ace-queen under the gun.
G to the CS with another big ace.
Raises, and then raised to 6,000. Joel Micka has 8-7 off.
Looks like those chips he just won off Grinder might be burning a hole in his pocket.
He will re-raise. It's a 3-bet to 16,200.
His 3-bet is looser than Grinder's pants.
Grinder has jacks on the button.
Oh, hello. And this is a perfect hand to just call with on the button. Strong enough to cold call and play comfortably in position, but not strong enough to 4-bet get it in for this many chips. Clyde Smith probably isn't as worried about Grinder as he is about Micka. 3-betting and under-the-gun razors repping pretty strong.
He gives up the ace-queen.
He would have been out of position to both of them.
So we're going heads up to the flop. And that flop is Jack 8-8, trips for Micka, a full house for Mizrachi.
OMG, grossest flop ever. I haven't seen a deck this cold since EPT Hoff.
Micka checks, Mizrachi checks behind. Who's trapping who here?
Who's gonna slow play it the hardest?
Micka now bets the turn, 25,500. That is a raise. 55,500 total.
Really bad spot for Micka.
55,
Oh, just 55? Okay, I guess.
51 total. No, 55, 5, right?
Micka's little confusion game might sometimes work. Unfortunately, Grinder so doesn't care. Micka likely thinks Grinder's trying to rep his hand.
So Micka calls, 157,000 in the middle. The river, the deuce of spades, does complete a potential flush. Micka checks.
UNLV, University of Nevada, looking for value, and Grinder's going to be this year's valedictorian.
160.
He overbets the pot, 160,000. What's Channing Tatum over there going to do now?
I think Magic Micka called the turn pretty sure he was trapping, maybe sensing there's a chance he's behind. This is not a good river card, and Grinder just bombed it, so this is a real decision.
That's 160.
I think most players are going to unhappily call here.
I can't believe I'm folding this.
He lays it down!
Wow, I can't believe it either. Somebody just unlocked the tight laydown badge on Poker Square.
You'll never believe what I folded there.
I had 3-4 clubs.
Burn.
I had the winning hand then.
Jack's rule.
That's both are complete pretty sick flop if you really had that.
I swear, Jack's full.
He said, I'll bet you. I said, he's like, I had Jack's full. So either he's just completely lying
Or you just made one of the most insane folds ever.